Good morning, Spring Branch. My name is Natalie Farthing, and I'm on student ministry staff at our church. And I just wanted to share a little bit of encouragement with you this morning. So yesterday, or Sunday, Heath preached a message and shared an equation with us. And it says this: personal devotion plus pivotal circumstances plus providential relationships equals life to the full. And as I think about that equation, so many times in my life that makes sense. And just different times when life changed or when I became a stronger person. So I wanted to share a story of a time when I was in college when a pivotal circumstance and a providential relationship came together and really set me on a trajectory that brings me here today. So I was a junior in college, and I had just become a Young Life leader, which is a ministry to high school students, and I was preparing my first message club talk, if you know the Young Life language, and I was pretty nervous. I was not a public speaker. I wasn't someone who liked to be in front of people, but I also knew this was part of what I signed up for, so I was trying to give it a good go. So I was in my room preparing, really nervous, and I hear footsteps outside my window, which is interesting because I lived on the second floor. Well, one of my college friends, Anne, knew I was preparing and knew I was nervous, and she'd snuck out my kitchen window on our second floor, walked on the roof, and was outside my window and was taping a sign to my window. She was actually taping a verse, and the verse is one you may have heard before, but I think it's one we should all know and remember often, and it's this: Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. Let me read that again. Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through him who gives me strength. I think we can read that one often and think that we have to have the strength to do all things, but it's not the case. We get the strength to do all things through him, Jesus. He's the one that gives us the strength and the courage and the fearlessness to take on situations that we maybe wouldn't do on our own. And as I look back at that moment, I remembered that one often. I remembered that moment of Anne saying, hey, Nat, this isn't about you. Go and do this through Christ, not through your own strength. And what's interesting as I look back and was kind of reading ahead and behind on this verse this morning, so much of these couple verses also just relate to where we are right now as a world. Philippians 4, we'll start in 11. It says, I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstance. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned that the secret of contentment in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. So we, through Jesus, can be content whatever the situation, because we know that he's got our back and that he has got our best interest in mind. And so whatever it is in these stay-at-home days that you're facing, remember that Jesus is on your side and he's got your back, and that through him, not through your own strength, you can do all things. Thanks for joining me this morning. I miss you guys. Bye.